Why would aliens take 370 people? I keep seeing this question asked. One post I saw asked, which one is it? Did the aliens abduct the people because the aliens are bad? Or did the aliens see the plane about to crash and decided to intervene and save the passengers? I think people need to think far more outside the box on this one. First off, we can't just assume these are ETs. Out of all the possibilities, it actually makes the least amount of sense that these are ETs. Here is why aliens bad, steal humans makes no sense. A super advanced race from the other side of the galaxy came all the way here just to abduct us? Okay, I'll bite. They're doing it for science. Then why would they take people from a plane that the entire world was searching for and do this knowing they were being recorded? If you think these ETs have the tech to do what they can do but they don't have the intel that there are satellite cameras, well, I don't know what to tell you. It would be far easier to abduct people from small villages or tribes in the jungle. Here is why aliens good, save humans makes no sense. There have been many tragedies and accidents in human history. Discounting 9/11 and all wars, there have been 83,772 total fatalities due to aviation accidents since 1970. 80,000 since 1970. But this time, they flew here from the Big Dipper to save these people. And keep them as buddies. These are such simple and foolish explanations. There are many more. And they are all batshit tinfoil, but much more likely than ETs. How about I list a few off the top of my head? For these possible theories, let's imagine UAPs are super advanced technology controlled by a shadow civilization. Let's call them the Illuminati. The Illuminati have a secret civilization somewhere on Earth, either underground or in Antarctica. The lie that these UAPs are aliens is an idea that the major nations of the world have agreed to propagate at the behest of the Illuminati. Why would nations give in to the Illuminati's demands? Because they'll 9/11 your ass. They'll space laser your ass. Okay, the stage is set. Here are some ideas. The Illuminati have individuals they use as agents to infiltrate our societies. These individuals may be used to gain access and influence of organizations and threaten control people in government. Boots on the ground, if you will. So, some CIA equivalent in some country, or even the US, decides to strike back after learning there will be Illuminati assets traveling undercover on board this particular plane. And they plan a false flag event where the pilot suicides plane into the ocean in order to assassinate said asset. Illuminati intervened to save their asset. Similar to the first situation, but this time the entire plane was full of people recruited by the Illuminati that agreed to give up their lives to come be a part of their secret world. Maybe they needed scientists, engineers, medical professionals, and women to have their children. The Illuminati civilization is very advanced but with very limited numbers. So, they all get on the plane, have a story of pilot suicide ready, and they get to teleport into their base. Teleporting in would be the only way in today's extremely surveilled world that no one on the outside could possibly find the real entrance. Rumored to be somewhere in Antarctica and protected by this international treaty, utmost secrecy is required. This is why the plane was planned to take off from Australia, deep into the southern hemisphere. Perhaps 4DTP has limited range when moving 3D objects? Or the farther away UTP from one end to the other, the more risk to the passengers become? We're talking about a whole lot of unknown tech here, so who the fuck knows? A military officer who was on the plane took his wedding ring off and gave it to his wife before he left for the flight. Give this to my son if something happens to me. This was strange behavior not witnessed before. And it seems doubly strange that this soldier chose this particular flight to be the journey from which he felt he was not coming back from. That begs the question, If he had prior knowledge that the plane wasn't coming back, why would he get on? Unless he knew he was not going to die and instead he would be beginning his new secret life. Perhaps with a gun to his head by his military, who in turn had a gun held to their heads by the Illuminati. This is an experiment. The Illuminati is testing new tech to see if they can TP something like a plane full of people somewhere while leaving its occupants alive. Since their society is small and every last man-woman crucial, they can't afford to test this tech on their own people. Once again, to avoid getting zapped with more space lasers, a deal is made to allow them to test on a plane that they will set up a false flag suicide story. The pilot, ex-military, somehow in his career was exposed to extremely classified intel that revealed the physical entrance to the Illuminati base. He knows about the world being held hostage, knows about the base, and knows if the Illuminati's plans succeed, humanity is doomed. He's actually depressed, actually suicidal. Suddenly it dawns on him. What if I give the Illuminati a taste of their own medicine? I 911 them. I crash a fully loaded plane of people directly on top of the highly fortified and guarded secret entrance. The whole world, searching for this plane, and pressured by the families to find the bodies, would be brought directly to the enemy's front door. It's not a foolproof plan, but there's a chance at least. Yes, these innocent people have to die, but to the pilot, he believes many will die if they aren't exposed. The pilot actually plans it out and practices such a pinpoint dive in his flight sim. After all, why would an ex-military professional pilot need to practice crashing into the ocean? Illuminati 4D orbs, being in the fourth dimension, they can see everything at once, are watching the whole time. Take control of the plane. Turn off all electronics so the transponder is zapped, puts the plane into a dive. Accelerate it to Mach 1, which is needed to have the plane break the sound barrier, and thus create a sonic boom which is needed to amplify the energy of the warp field enough to make a 747 warp with the UAPs. In conclusion, y'all need to get more creative and think outside the box. Whatever force controls the UAPs not only knew that it would be recorded, but they also knew their hostages. World governments could be counted on to keep their mouths shut and hide the evidence, and they were right. Scary stuff. Post from user general pay 7552 at Reddit.